Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Good morning.
Morning Express on Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. Thank you for staying on the other side of the radio on Mainland 98.3 FM. Welcome to Mainland Focus this beautiful morning, TGIF, on the Friday morning, the 25th day in the month of April 2025, and on Mainland Focus, in case you are listening for the first time on Mainland Focus, you're welcome. Regardless, you're welcome. Thank you very much for tuning to this frequency, and you're welcome to the family. On Mainland Focus, we basically focus on contribution on Mainland Focus, so we can definitely get that pleasure from hearing from you, and of course, democracy, how we can better govern ourselves as a country, as a nation, as a Akinyosoye. And the two major issues, because today's Friday and we have limited time to do that this morning. Just quickly, the major focus today is the story behind the reports of World Bank just a few days after the International Monetary Fund, IMF, had to release its alarming. And this time, the bank is projecting that poverty in Nigeria will increase by 3.6% over the next 5 years. In Africa, that's the highest share across the region, and 15% of the world's Nigerians who were considered multidimensionally poor, meaning they were lacking in areas like education, health, and living standards. And it's also reported that 25.5% or 53 million lived in severe poverty. The bank's latest Africa's Pulse report paints a troubling outlook for poverty reduction in Nigeria, highlighting that despite some recent gains, the national fragility are likely to hit out. Sub-Saharan Africa will experience a worsening poverty situation, unlike the non-resource-rich countries which are extreme poverty, with the World Bank revealing that the region accounted for 80% of the world's 695 million extremely poor people in 2024, and that's roughly 560 million people living on less than $2 Nigerians live in extreme poverty, and this translates to about 15% of the entire. To see this issue as a very concerning issue, with the reports that these do not come into play, especially in 5 years' time. And also, what are the implications of this? We've been talking about the role of poverty in governance in the country. What are the implications that this would definitely still pose in the country? And secondly, we're talking about the issue, the leadership tussle, the leadership crisis in the opposition Labour Party. According to the reports this morning, saying that the Supreme Court judgment had been forwarded to this INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, which the commission are saying they are ruling by the Court of Appeal that had recognized Julius Abure as the national chairman of the party. The Apex Court held that the appeal court lacks jurisdiction interpretations, with Abure had to contend that the Supreme Court did not remove him from office, while the Labour Party caretaker committee led by Papa Sophisin also lay claim on the party leadership. Now, what does this do to opposition parties? How does this further entrench crises in the opposition political parties? And what are the implications also of the Supreme Court judgment have? What implications might occur for the upcoming general election towards 2027? These are the questions we would like to hear your thoughts, your observation back live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. You can definitely drop it briefly before we get you on board to share your thought on it once again. Hello, Fuad, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Very simple, really. I think it's left for the government to pay attention to what the people that give them the prescription for their economic reforms and policies are saying. Because again, at the end of the day, It is what it is. If ordinary Nigerians are talking about the prevalent poverty in the land and how tough things have gotten too, there's a trend now. Once you complain about how things are tough in the country today now, they say you don't like your country. You hate the government. That's what is trending now. Anybody that complains now about the reality of the country, about the suffering over the loss of the election, if they see that this one will be political, so now that this, I'm sure that they are hurriedly they are approving loans and grants to the government. And Nigeria has the largest share of that poverty. And in Nigeria, and that trend will continue to 2027, and it would increase by over 3%. So it's not our report now, sure. So this is the people that say you should do it, but visionaries are not just taking the prescriptions of the World Bank and IMF, Frontline and Sinker. Like the late MK Abiola said, that look, the best doctor in Norway, in Sweden, may not have seen malaria before. And then he comes here to tell you how the agenda of the Brentwood organizations has been clear from day one, after the Second World War. But I'm surprised that, and that's why Africa is still continually poor in Africa. But look at the story of Africa. Look at the story of modern Africa. Poverty everywhere because of poor leadership, lack of visionary leadership. So it's left for the government to, at least they are the people, they are their own people, and they're already telling them what the station is. And then for the Supreme Court judgment, INEC and political parties. For me, and in my own estimation, the Supreme Court has just opened, and the only party that will survive this problem would be a party that has not one individual or leaders that can rein people, because politicians are not going to behave themselves. These politicians thrive on this crisis. Some of them are contrary in the analysis of that Supreme Court judgment. The only party that will be crisis-free, someone will whip them back to life. But who is that individual now, for example, that can do that in the PD judgment? They are looking at the citizens. They don't even know what to do. God bless.
6.3 FM. Let's make it a swift one this morning because of the time. Your thoughts and your recommendations. What do you think the government should be doing? We have a report from World Bank saying that in 2027 we'll be getting more poorer people. As a matter of fact, what are the implications of this towards the general election in 2027, and the implication of the Supreme Court judgment saying that the courts can 0913-600-0410 for WhatsApp and text messages 0913-600-0 the comment section, mail and 98.3 FM, and don't forget to turn on the volume of your radio set when you call so we can better hear you, and also make sure that state your name and where you calling from as much as possible, being audible enough, remembering our rules and regulation this morning. Let's focus on moving forward. Let's focus on how well we can tackle, especially when it has to do with eradicating poverty in the country. We'll start with the calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, myself, one.
He's doing very well too. Thank you for
God bless all of you.
God bless you too.
Take on the issues you are discussing today. First of all, what the IMF is telling us about the poverty situation in Nigeria is not new. It's not new. We know all this. IMF has been prescribed. They know deliberately. IMF is one of the organizations that is causing our problem. They will prescribe for you, and when you try to implement it, they will sabotage it. IMF, World Bank, we should, because they know that our good is not for them.
All right.
The more they impoverish Nigerians, the better for them.
All right.
Recently, our president went to France and stayed there 2 weeks. They say he's on a working visit. Now we know what, and we are now seeing the result.
All right. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you for.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Well, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
He said, God who gives power to do it.
So whatever that is happening now, not dictate what will happen a minute after this program now. Only God Almighty. This one, let all the whole governor move to APC.
All right.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'll say good morning, sir.
Yeah, he's saying good morning as well.
Yes. Quickly, talking about the issues in that the University of Politics in Nigeria is in the body law, and he was glorifying all the praise singer that the president is working with.
That's not the focus of our discussion.
I know. Now,
right.
Listen to me now.
Right.
I know what I'm. You understand? The ruling party will have said maybe it is the opposition that is sponsoring the World Bank to bring out all those statistics. None of them will call today and say the irony of life. And these are the same people that were praising the government, the World Bank and the MIS. They were saying that the government for 27. So you can see the contradiction now. And the government will not even listen their mind now. They are not thinking about what the statistics that these people are giving out.
All right.
It's a pity.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. And I'll get to where you're driving at. Thank you for your thought. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mo. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Doing very well, thank you.
My name is ⴏᴏᴏᴏ. That whether if I'm Professor Severely, but the capital APC should not be happy that a governor declared. They get their own plan. Because people like Omageni wanted to contest as a governor. Let me see what is going to happen there, so they know what they do. And even Okowa, even the last election, Okowa did not win Delta State. Could have been that one, but he's able to pull almost 12 states. So whether I'm 50 governor or not, that's not the issue. Nigeria, we are going to fight against the politician this time around. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Still Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. And the focus for today is poorer people towards in the next 5 years, towards 2027, saying that the next 5 years. What are the implications of this, and what should the government be doing? In INEC saying that, well, they are still studying the Supreme Court judgment over the leadership. The Apex Court does not have jurisdiction to tackle or to address the internal crisis day. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sifo. I'm calling from Abaranjeni.
Thank you for calling.
Ask for Lloyd Mo. It is said in the one that those that using the capital, it is said that those that will be poor will always for why those will be that should be. The point is that they should, in fact, stop giving more money to our government. That they want more dividends of the we are against. Then as for the Supreme Court judgment to the middle of the sea, because I still believe that even unless have been speculating and it will come to pass. And if that happens, that means P2B will be left with nothing and is in the middle of the sea. Yeah. This is calling from Aja.
Thank you.
Yeah. The consideration of the thing that compounded the whole situation is the politicity of the government spending. It's just throwing money at anything that will land them safe journey on 2022. Having said that, don't let us go to 2027 because nobody knows even tomorrow. But in the right line for 3,000. He ended up buying it for almost 8,000 naira. The drugs, when you go to the pharmacy, go to the hospital.
All right.
They are skyrocketed.
All right. Thank you.
And what about how many people that have been thrown out of the job market? For today, we are talking of today.
Thank you.
Let's leave tomorrow that IMF or whatever they are telling you. That is just the issue.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Really appreciate it. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah,
good morning.
You see, to me, I'm not against borrowing, but the borrowing must align with the necessarily on agriculture. Let me tell you, I went to Oyo State within an Osun State. Most of the road that goes to rural areas, It's so bad. And that's because there's no access to that place. It's only the retailers that are not needy. If they borrow money, let the money be utilized to the benefit of the common man. You understand? So that's my analogy. It's not for palliative, where people is going to steal the money. People cannot get themselves right. So we will be migrated to labor. I know it's not his party. He migrated. You as an umbrella, you cannot manage the party. How are you managing it?
Yes. This is impoverished Africa and Nigeria and our leaders shall be and the other opposition parties.
Hello.
What we have to do. Yeah?
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
This is Tğᴇ from Mᴏᴜ.
Thank you.
In fact, I concur with Alhaji Subab. Agriculture.
You mean borrowed funds, right?
No, the money, we have money.
Oh, okay.
But if they see the more, IMF is going to sit down. Anybody who is afraid of what they are talking, that person will be in that position. The UNESCO, how do they call that organization, said that people will be littered in the state of Nigeria. Why are we panicking? They should go and sit down. And the man being is. All of them need to step into that as over.
All right.
The dancing will change. Nobody is good unless God intervenes in the heart of man. We should give our hand to the one that is there now, so that we should stop lamenting, complaining. I know I don't blame people. PDP, who's supposed to be an opposition, can't do it. So people are doing it.
How are you today?
Doing very well, thank you.
My name is Prince Y.S. calling you from Amuodo at the left hand. And let the federal government face the important issue that is facing the country. Then, we thank them they have done this, but they must do it seriously. If we can feed ourselves and be the Southwest, and know the Southwest now we have a very largely mechanized farming. And that is it. If you do all this, it will go better. Finally, the Supreme Court judgment. When you talk of politics, look at that. All of them don't know the meaning of interpreters of Supreme Court judgment. For them, they must be careful and do the needed. Good morning to you, my dearest lady.
Thank you. Beautiful morning to you as well. Because apart from being a good politician, President Tinubu has... James says, good morning, Lady Mo and Fawad. It's obvious that Tinubu came to power on the basis of entitlement, that the presidency will come up to counter it instead of working to deal with the situation. Even the supporters of this government don't see anything going wrong with that. All the anomalies which has become a tradition here start from executive, National Assembly and judiciary down to other sectors. It's unfortunate. This is where we are. James from Agbado Junction. Thank you. Steve says, who is surprised about Nigeria level of poverty as stated by the World Bank and other agencies when it's obvious that good governance and love of citizens and country are totally absent in the dictionary of those who call themselves leaders in the country, with the level of greed and desperate people at the corridors of those who erroneously called us giants of Africa before. We can see it from the disorganized manner they are running, even the police. Ebere says, good morning, Lady Mo and Oga Fawad. On the pronouncement of the Supreme Court on the leadership crisis in the Labour Party, 27 general elections, which further confirmed the allegation of the judiciary being pocketed by the executive. John Benjamin says, good morning, Lady Mo and other for help and for the cammed fellows. They are the one that will tear APC apart and their plans to hide morning. Good morning to you too. Propaganda and deceit don't fix a nation. And as it is currently, the federal government is largely interested in capturing when too many people go into multidimensional poverty. INEC is studying a Supreme Court judgment to be interpreted by who? Nigerians are tired to further shenanigans by any institutions. Thank you. Francis says, good morning, Lady Mo, Sage and Fawad. Good morning to you too. INEC didn't tell Nigerians that they have taken a Supreme Court judgment as a course of study. Let's hope it soon take them like 4 years to study it. This is a projection. I mean, even the blind can see this coming with over 7 in 2027. Thank you very much for your message. ʟᴏᴜᴜ says directors, based on the advice of IMF and World Bank, Does it not sound irritating that a doctor who prescribed the drugs to a patient is still the country to no specific destination? If I may ask, ever since subsidy has been removed on fuel and introduction of sincere, the budget of over 50 trillion naira, does it have any impact or eradicating poverty in the country? We are to hit squirrel and ensure that there is stable power supply where all customers written by us suddenly become a document that is difficult to interpret. Does it mean we don't understand what will the community? Thank you. Olumuyiwa says, good media that encourages voters inducement during will continue to lead to more poverty. Mr. Fᴜʟᴜ, please study that. And also from WhatsApp, I salute you, my gallant and great female radio presenter, Lady Mo. I hope you're highly motivated and happy here. All right. Thank you very much for the Ahmed of the Labour Party that President Tinubu should not even offer himself and his party for re-election as President 2027. If true, issue of World Bank report, I'm not surprised because apart from being a good politician, okay, I took that from Facebook. Thank you very much. Hi, Mainland FM. The World Bank and IMF are like, they are part of the problems Nigeria and Africa are facing, and yet they are still the ones providing solutions. I still stand on my word in Nigeria and also build our nation. Please, like I always say, is there an agreement that Nigeria should never use its resources to develop its country? If we don't, diversity Labour Party is caused by ruling party and is better. Abure should step aside, let new chairman take over the party structure, or you wake up one morning here. Gentlemen of the press, Tinubu will not give a chance to Peter Obi to win any election by his anti. Hello, Mainland FM crew. Do you know since after the pronouncement by the Power and Energy? Okay. Thank you very much for that. You're talking about electricity, but really appreciate your message. Crisis in Labour and other opposition parties is obviously instigated and planted by APC, and that is why it seems unsolvable, because those being used are founded with Gavin Nyson is politicians capital, because good morning, Lady Moafua. The numerous challenges faced by Nigerians today was as a result of playing politics with everything by politicians. Their greediness and lack of having strong institutions in Nigeria gave country into their hands, and we have become a pawn on the. Thank you very much, James, for that. Still Mainland Focus, the Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos. Quickly, let me just quickly relay this to everyone. It's a Mainland Kiddies Party. I'm sure that you're looking forward to, after workers' holiday, also looking forward to children to plan. So definitely we want Kiddies Party in commemoration of Children's Day, which is May 27. So we'll be having special appearance. Land FM Studios here at 314 Ikorodu, Oshosun Road, Anthony, Lagos. Just the token of 3,000 naira, and there is a family during Children's Day, which is going to be happening here at Mainland FM on the 31st of May 20. Gorgeous men, boys at the Mainland Kiddies Party.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning, mine. Please do well to call back. I think that was the network, or you were not ready for us. They know that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was Madam Ifio.
I was waiting for her to. I think the network. I think that was the network or something.
This is
yes. All right. Good morning. Good to have you.
You continue giving the loan and then carry the loan and put inside voicemail. They are using the loan. When you continue giving these 10 people, these 10 people loan, for 2 years that they have been here, you have been and start election this thing. And then you come back.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate your call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning. My name is Robert. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. I can hear you. Good morning.
Let me continue from where Okagbelen has stopped. Tinubu government. What I say is that this government is so frivolous. 10 billion for solar power. Am I right? For yourself, not a budget of this year. Then the national assembly members, how much they are spending for themselves. You live as Nigeria now is operating in a mono economy. No diversity. The agricultural sector is dead. So tell me how hunger will not come.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mo.
Good morning.
To spend for no reason. And then the issue of politics or politicians. Now, even if I have issue with my brother and my family, I have right to approach the court. Fair. It's so unfair. And then those that calling that none of the politicians will do well in Nigeria, but God will intervene. Let's wait until God is coming to Nigeria.
With messages, Christopher F. Young from Facebook says, "Hello, Lady Mo and Mr. Fawad. God bless you guys. I'm sure that God will definitely deliver Nigeria one day. We can now see the dividend of working beast. Why Nigerians has been killing in large numbers to numbers, no solutions. Nigerians, let us prepare to become opposition come 2027. We can do it if we unite together. God bless Nigeria and give us good leaders. God bless you too." Emma says, "Good morning, man that built Lagos is now causing us pains. Okay, engineer Bone from Alimosho. Nice job at Milan FM. Thank you very much. Olamide Abolore on Facebook. And from WhatsApp, this says, hello Milan FM. I keep saying that we Nigerians are the problems of our country. All right, took that from Facebook. Thank you very much. IMF and World Bank, good morning. Successive government to unleash poverty and hardship on the citizens, which became too obvious since the coming up of APC leadership. IMF and World Bank are one and the same agents in the hand of the West to perpetrate wickedness. They know what they are doing. Take it from me, they are reading the judgments as written by the Keller from Maryland said, on the poverty projection from World Bank, it is a stark reality. My fear is that the Aso Rock aids to President Tinubu, Boala and Co. instead of looking inwards to forestal or stem this tide. We are close to Nigeria and Africa. IMF and World Bank are two of the many instruments used by the Western powers to underdevelop and impoverished Africa to their debt shackles and keep it perpetually pauperized and heavily dependent on their help. They want to always be in the position to determine and dictate the destinies as done by Burkina Faso and Mali. They place the targets on their backs to hunt them down and destabilize the country as they are doing to Ibrahim Traoré, who has survived over 25 assassinations, kicking out many Pan-African leaders like Nkrumah, Lumumba, Sandra, Cabra, and so on, just to maintain their grip on Africa and their resources. Africa is where they want it to be, pathetic, pauperized, and destabilized and underdeveloped. And giving money to, okay, took that from Facebook. Boni from Alimosho. Thank you very much. That will be the size of a package, 3 FM. You can definitely, Akviwaf Hour will come your way shortly, but just to remind you, Mainland Kiddies Party that will be coming up on Saturday, May 31st, 2020 is definitely would love to be here. You'll be having special appearance of Amari Mbo and Mrs. Gloria Young, Anoze, and the ticket is just for 3,000 naira. Will be happening here on Just By the Truth. I remain Mo.